For its 1200th anniversary, the citizens of Bietigheim brought their past back to life again at the historical market, the biggest festival during the Jubilee year. An attraction that took thousands of visitors back into the world of conjurers, bards, and the craftsmen's guilds. The men with the gnarled faces are raftsmen from the Black Forest. This too, an occupation that was once of great importance in the town on the River Enz. Here at the Raftsmen's Festival, they are showing how unmanageable willow canes can be made into flexible cords. With these, the raftsmen bind together the rough-hewn tree trunks. The timber was floated down the rivers Neckar and Rhine in the form of a raft as far as Holland and sold there. That is, if it hadn't already been used in the timber garden. Apart from the Raftsmen's Festival, there are two other things that recall this old tradition to mind. The sculpture of the raftsman in front of Bissingen Town Hall and the old timber garden on a small scale, part of an exact model of the town. Completed after 2 years of work, this model shows Bietigheim as it was in 1830. The Hornmold House and the Latin School, and a front garden as in the Renaissance. Time seems to stand still. Today, all the buildings in the old town are classified as historical monuments. However, the old town is not a museum without any life in it. In their renewal concept, the town planners had made people the focus of attention. Living, working and shopping, all these things have been brought close together again. The traffic is taken round the town centre on 2 bypass roads. Roughly 1,000 parking spaces for visitors to the centre of the town have been provided in the form of a ring. The Enz Viaduct, the symbol of Bietigheim-Bissingen. The industrial age began in Bietigheim when the viaduct was built in the last century. The station remains an important railway junction right up to the present day. Where the rivers Enz and Mette meet, the primordial cell of Bietigheim, the town reveals its modern face. The Kronenzentrum, culture and good company behind futuristic decorative grills, glass and climbing greenery. A controversial attraction amidst the old and the new, the Bietigheim Kuriosum, what you might call a curiosity in the middle of the Kronenplatz, the German cow in the European Community Milk Lake, a warning by the sculptor Jürgen Goertz about the dangers of the affluent society. The sculpture is a courageous step taken by the town councillors in the direction of modern art. Not everyone is enthusiastic, but it's always a good subject of conversation. Living outside the old town, room for nature and people to breathe, in the district of Zand. Buch, on the other hand, is more densely populated. After the war, accommodation was provided here in an extremely short time for thousands of refugees. Industry is more densely populated. After the war, accommodation was provided here in an extremely short time for thousands of refugees. Industry, consisting of sound, medium-sized firms, has today made Bietigheim-Bissingen a town with a high standard of living. the highlight of the Jubilee year, the State Garden Show. A sea of flowers that attracted about 1.7 million people, a record figure. In the immediate vicinity of the Enns Viaduct, a piece of land was returned to nature, for the benefit of people and for the flora and fauna. A green centre has been created between Bietigheim and Bissingen. A geology trail informs visitors about the steep shell limestone walls in the rock garden, witnesses of the past. The banks of the Enns and its tributaries have been freed of the concrete channels. Rare insects and animals are once again to be found among the reeds and watercress. The Enns has become a biotope, and large sections of it are reserved entirely for nature, transformed into valuable riverside meadows. These river meadows are out of bounds for paddle boats, but within the limits of the garden show, the River Enns holds any number of surprises for the visitor. For example, the first bamboo bridge in Europe, 50 meters in length. Bridge builders from China built it here in the traditional manner, using thousands of bamboo poles. And, of course, it was properly tested by the technical inspectors. Those who wanted an even greater adventure tried to reach the other bank on this swaying cable bicycle. Most people preferred a relaxing trip out in a boat. When you arrived at the other bank of the Enns, there was a very special attraction, the Phenomena from Zurich, on show for the first time in the Federal Republic of Germany. Both young and old were amazed at the effects that could be produced by nature. The elements earth, water, air and fire as the vehicles of all life, and how they are able to deceive your eyes, your ears and your common sense. Seeing sounds, experiencing the laws of nature, a breathtaking lesson in physics. The special shows in the tents and elaborate buildings disappeared at the end of the official garden show, making room for extensive parks and gardens, space for relaxation, for celebrations, and for the Bietigheim horse market. And after the garden show, the entire right-hand bank of the Enns remained untouched. The same applies to this wooden tower, a world for children to play and climb about in, with inexhaustible possibilities. The Citizens' Garden, right next to the main entrance, is for the people of the town, and that too will remain unchanged. The aim is that they should be able to relax here, enjoy the natural surroundings, and have fun. A green oasis has been created against the historical backdrop. Situated between the rivers Enns and Meta, whose waters run through the garden show like a spring of life. A paradise for leisure activities, just a stone's throw from the old town. A spectacle in the Citizens' Garden in the middle of summer, a hot air balloon taking off.